Warriors! XRP leadership team is stacked. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And I am so pumped to do this YouTube video for you guys today. You guys know I love XRP. Now, I always share with you guys, I'm not getting involved in this TikTok pitter-patter back and forth. I'm a mature adult. I just focus on fundamentals, my 2,000 warriors worldwide in 16 different countries. And we work together to create a broad portfolio so that we can take advantage of the biggest shift in generational wealth. We love all cryptocurrencies. We don't bash other cryptocurrencies, but I know a shitload about XRP. I'm an ex-banker. I love it. I love the infrastructure. And most of all, I am all about leadership. If you follow me on Instagram, CoachJB_, on TikTok, you'll see I am a very disciplined individual and I am very attracted to disciplined individuals and warriors. I love people who are disciplined. I love people who are forward thinkers. I love everybody, but I'm more attracted to being around warriors. And I love leadership and people who are disciplined. Now, very important to understand that companies survive based on leadership and capital. The blockbuster moment, people think it was just Netflix or Redbox came and wiped them out. It was the fact that they had poor leadership and not enough capital to move fastly. If the leadership would have thought foresight, if they had the forward-thinking leaders, if that's the right word, they would have got more capital to move themselves into the technology phase. So you can't just look at the cryptocurrency. You got to look at who the leaders are. Who are their board of directors and why are they making these moves? Let's dive into it. Now, this news came out yesterday. A lot of YouTubers covered this, but you know I'm always going to take it a little bit deeper. So Ripple hires ex-MasterCard high-profile executive to expand RippleNet adoption in Europe. Okay, Ripple giant welcomes a high-profile executive from MasterCard, a managing director of its business in Europe. It is recent blog post, Ripple blockchain Decron spreads the word that has hired Cindy Young, a Harvard Business School alumni, former high-profile employee of MasterCard, who spent over 15 years in the fintech business, according to her tweet. This is her tweet, and we're going to watch a small video from her. There's not a lot of videos on her interviews, but it says, my first tweet in years is a good one. After 15 years plus in the traditional fintech, I've joined industry leader Ripple as MD of Europe. Making the jump to crypto was no-brainer. This tech is driving the future of finance, and I'm excited to get started. Think about that, warriors. You got Visa linked up with crypto.com. You got MasterCard getting involved. You got MasterCard executives who focus on fintech for MasterCard saying, I'm jumping on the crypto train. I want to be part of this innovation. Now, here's a small interview that I found so you can get to know and like and trust her. It's important to trust your leadership, that the companies you're invested in or vested in. I know XRP, that would be a security, right? But we are holders of XRP. So we want to know who the leadership team is who runs Ripple. So let's check her out.
Around all the, not just open banking, but all the big things transforming in banking. I think, you know, we focus sometimes very narrowly on open banking, but it's really one of the broader trends, broader shifts, and there's a big interplay around open banking, AI, and all the other different things happening. So it was really impactful. Networking a lot, talking to everybody, and I had a very nice panel, discussing about global shifts, leading to going from open banking to open data. Very interesting discussions, questions. Yeah, it's been a fantastic day so far.
So that's a little clip of her speaking, articulate, great smile. She looks fun and articulate. So we got the head of MasterCard, a top executive running with MasterCard. Now I'm just going to bring you guys back. I know you guys know this, but I'm going to continue to go a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole and share with you how I do my research on my cryptocurrencies. So I want to introduce you to Craig Phillips. If you don't know who he is, he's on the board of directors. So Craig Phillips brings more than 35 years in the private and public sector leadership experience to Ripple, having held senior roles at BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, and Credit Suisse. Most recently, we know how dominant BlackRock is. Craig served as a counselor to the Secretary of Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, where he oversaw domestic finance. In the capacity, he led the policy development for regulatory reform, the financial system on Executive Order 13772. Now, last year, we were taking deep dives on Executive Order 13772, but just think about this leadership team. 15-year executive of MasterCard for fintech. You got a board of directors, okay, who worked with Steve Mnuchin for 35 years, has been in the public and private sector, former senior roles at BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, dominant financial industry leaders, okay? So this is the 13772 financial system that creates economic opportunities for non-bank financials, fintech, and innovation. This is you at the Department of Treasury. His name's right here, Craig Phillips. So this is a gentleman who now sits on the board of directors for Ripple. So you don't think that they're connected. You don't think that there's big things happening behind the scenes. You don't think that they talk to Gary Gensler. You don't think that there's communication going on behind the scenes when there's so much regulation coming out. Do you not see that the XRP lawsuit is a political theater to bring in regulation? So all the boys are, hitting elbows since they don't do the fist bumps anymore or shaking hands. And the ladies behind the scenes, the top elite executives, are bumping elbows and shaking hands saying, you throw the case out. Let's bring in regulation. Let's go after all these shit coins. Let's take out Elon Musk and his Dogecoin. Let's do it. They're saying that shit behind the scenes. Let's be real, warriors. There's an epic battle going on the elites, right? The banking elites, and then the open elites like us, right? But there's no enemy, warriors. The enemy is you. There's an invisible enemy outside of you. I don't give a shit about left. I don't give a shit about right. All I care about is taking care of my family, my warriors, and becoming one of the most financially stable people in the world so I can be fertile ground. It doesn't matter what Warren Buffett's doing. It doesn't matter what Bill Gates is doing. It doesn't matter what Steve Mnuchin is doing. It doesn't matter what Jerome Powell is doing. I will be one of the wealthiest people so I can bring the money back to the people how I want to do it, how God intended it. That's just how I feel. Okay, so you got this. I digress here, but I want to show you this. So this is a financial system to create economic opportunity, non-bank financials, fintech, and innovation. Now let's go down here and take a deep dive. Let me get to the right section here. This is a long document. I read through this whole document last year with you guys. Let's see, non-bank financial fintechs. There's this one spot that I wanted to bring you guys to and show you. Emerging trends. If I can't find it, we'll just move on. But I went over this document heavily last year. So market trends here. I think I passed it. Embracing digitalization, data and technology overview. All right, I think I missed it. But anyways, go look up Executive Order 13772. It's basically just bringing in fintech, financial technology. They've been working on this for a very, very long time, warriors. That's in 2017, right? Okay, now we all know that Ripple appoints former Treasury of the United States, this is old news, Rosie Rios to the board of directors and Christine Capella as CFO. The reason why I'm bringing this up, and I'm going to show you this video, predictive programming, to remind you and bring you back to the 30,000 foot overview, is look at this leadership team. Executive of MasterCard for FinTech, okay? Board of directors, Craig Phillips, who's writing executive orders 13772. Rosie Rios from the Treasury Department, who signs $100 bills. Big shout out to Crypto Video Clips. This is great. Go subscribe. That's where I got this video clip. Who signs the $100 bills and is quoted saying, I am responsible for bringing in new currency. And now she says this.
What do you think about cryptocurrency as a form of currency?
Well, I think the train's already left the station in terms of cryptocurrency. You may or may not know that I just joined the board of Ripple, and the reason why I chose to join that board is, in my opinion, one of the few cryptocurrency options out there that has a credible and legitimate use. So financial institutions use it to settle cross-border payments.
A credible and legitimate use. Okay, so I just want to share with you guys the leadership team. Just keep reminding you, keep you focused on the 30,000 foot overview. Stay out of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You all, even if it's not XRP, if it's XLM, Algorand, ADA, whatever you're invested in, you are invested in the future of our economic system. So don't get caught in the FUD wars, because I want to show you what's happening behind the scenes as well. Cryptocurrencies are on FinCEN's first national priorities list. Their first national priority list. The Financial Surveillance Agency is pointing fingers at crypto in its new plan to combat terrorism financing. The U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement and Agency Treasury Department, tasked with preventing, punishing money laundering and other financial crimes, has turned its attention to crypto. This is good news, warriors. I know any news is good news. It's everywhere. In the agency's first list of government-wide priorities published Wednesday, FinCEN identified 8 priorities: corruption, cybercrime, and relative virtual currencies consideration, terrorist financing, fraud, transitional criminal organization activity, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and proliferation financing. So far, the agency's list of priorities is not connected to any policies. So basically, Warriors, why would they be putting their number one attention on crypto? Here's why. Okay, now you guys know I'm always going to call this stuff out. There's only 9,000 people that have watched this. This is the American on Fire. Will the cryptocurrency frenzy lead to financial independence and early retirement or financial ruin? This is the House committee hearings going on. So this is the stuff that's going on at the House committee hearings. As people are watching the WAP video, only 9,000 people out of 7 billion people have watched this. So let's just listen to the conversations.
Or even the capital markets more broadly. We heard a similar tone in the GameStop hearings as well. They won't come right out and say it, but I find it insulting that members of this committee feel that their constituents don't know what they're doing when they make investments. I'm not going to patronize the folks back at home in my district. Do we have a role in making sure they know what they're getting into? Absolutely. But let's stop implying that our constituents don't know what they're doing. My next few questions are for Ms. Hammer. There's a common misperception, which we have heard several times today, that cryptocurrency is, quote, unregulated. However, we have seen the SEC and other regulators at the state and federal level be proactive in enforcement actions and providing guidance to how businesses can offer services in relation to cryptocurrency. Can you describe the current regulatory state of cryptocurrency in the United States and regulations crypto companies have to comply with in regards to consumer protection?
Thank you, Congressman, for that excellent question. And it definitely covers many of the issues that we've discussed here today and the complexity of the regulatory framework. The reality is that crypto and crypto companies receive different types of regulatory treatment throughout our regulatory system. This is how our system works. The Internal Revenue Service issued a notice in 2014 that crypto would be treated as property, but if you are paid in crypto for your work, it is treated as income and taxed as such. The Securities Exchange Commission may regulate cryptocurrency as a security if it meets the criteria of the Howey test, unless that particular asset is eligible for an exemption. In some cases, crypto may be regulated as a commodity by the CFTC. And there are many different types of companies that interact in the crypto world now that have different authorities, such as a National Trust Charter from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a number of states that are innovating their own regulatory frameworks. So my key issue is that we need regulatory clarity in our policy making. And I believe that we have an authority in place through the FSOC to lead that at a high level. The FSOC has a mandate under Dodd-Frank Section 120 to coordinate around issues related to potential systemic risk. And in addition to that, it has the ability to form a technical or advisory committee, including one that would work with the states. In addition, the FSOC is charged with consultation with international standard setting bodies. And we've talked about a number of issues today that are international in nature. In fact, crypto crosses borders. There are places where there are gaps in the regulation, and the best way to address that is through international standard setting.
I mean, why are they having these conversations where if your friends and family are telling you that crypto is going to go to zero? Really rationalize that. Why are they having these conversations if cryptocurrency is going to go to zero? Let me repeat that. Why are they even having these conversations if cryptocurrency is going to go to zero? They know that there is a blockbuster moment. We are getting pushed closer to the central bank. Commercial banks, the way they sit, are going to look completely different, Warriors. This can be very, very confusing. It doesn't have to be Warriors. That's why I created my Warrior Academy. We have 2,000 Warriors worldwide, 16 different countries. Now, what do you get in the Warrior Academy? Number one, the community is remarkable. So you get access to my portfolio. You can see my exact portfolio. I don't switch very much. I have 21 fundamental cryptocurrencies. That's a lie, not fundamental. I have a small percentage of my portfolio in the meme coins where I've already got my profit, but you can see exactly what I'm invested in. If it changes, I send it out to the Warriors. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. You get access to Excel spreadsheet to fill out your exit strategy, because the truth is most people are going to get in and they're not going to know when to pull profits, and they're not going to be able to benefit from the biggest bull run in history coming up. Number 3, a Discord. We go live 3 times a week in the Discord, talking about cryptocurrencies and the state of the market. You also have access to immediate news. You have YouTube. You have courses. You have access in the future to stocks. We're doing everything we can to bring you the information and silo it so that you're not confused. We also, on top of that, offer a 120-day challenge. That's why I'm so disciplined. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, how to create a plan for your life, fitness, nutrition, everything in one. There's nothing like it what we created in history. Fitness, crypto, and mindset. There's my manifestation alarm right there. I practice what I preach. I'm so thankful for the $1 million a month in income. I'm so thankful for the $1 million a month in income. I'm so thankful for the $1 million a month in income. Hold it for 17 seconds. Release. Do that again 6 times at 12 and 9 times at 9. That's the Nikola Tesla manifestation theory. So click the link down below. Everything's in the description, warriors. We're here to help you and support you. That's why we do a 100% money back guarantee. If there's not a mutual value exchange, you just hit up our customer service number. We give you your money back. We wash our hands and we say, what can we do differently? What can we do differently? That's how we've improved our academy to the level that it's at now. I appreciate you. I love you, warriors. And we're going to have a bunch more interviews coming up. Check out the Waters Above Crypto. I had Crypto Cito on yesterday, and we're going to be having a security token CEO coming on next week. And we're very excited to introduce you to him. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.